Hey, I don't want to make this too long, but I have a little short story time that I have to tell. Um, right now I was just watching a unbelievable spooky TikTok stories reaction because I don't have TikTok. Will never download it, but I will always watch other people watch what's on their feed and all the other stuff. But anyway, I believe her name. Let me see if my laptop would hurry up. Real Kaya. I'm watching her video. Um, and there was this lady just explaining about her crazy intuition just going off. And when I was in South Carolina, it was just in the at the end of 2023, December, going into January 2024, when I was there in South Carolina, um, the second month I was there, one of my ex's family members kicked me off of their land and property because she said that I wasn't looking for a job fast enough, and I was literally walking on feet for over 5 miles almost every day looking for a job and just desperately asking for, an application, just something that I can just get by and, contribute to both households. But she didn't give me enough time, so I went homeless for almost a whole nother month because I was convinced that it was gonna work out, it was gonna be fine, and that my ex is gonna take care of me, which he didn't. So I was living in the trees where I know no one could find me. I was living in a neighborhood in the trees, but I made sure that the people in the houses didn't know that I was, sleeping there because I don't want them to think that I'm just like looking at their house and trying to break in or anything. That was not the case at all. I would never break into anybody's house at any day of the time. I just really needed somewhere to sleep. I didn't feel like sleeping like deep, deep in the woods and then I gotta walk all the way into in the city. I didn't feel like doing that, so that's exactly what I did. After I found a place that I was gonna sleep at and come back and forth to get my clothes and stuff to like take bird baths at a McDonald's nearby a motel. Yeah, I was struggling. I had no money. Like I the least that I had was food stamps. Yeah, I had food stamps for a short amount of time, so at least I wasn't starving. I, you know, thank God that God was looking out for me and didn't want me to suffer because after that almost whole month of me being homeless, I couldn't handle it anymore. So, I just decided to tell my parents what was going on, and then that's when I got defensive and said that I didn't want to go back after I just told them what was happening. And, you know, my mom, she did not want me to go through that. So she was basically telling me and forcing me to come back. And thank God I listened because, police involved or not, I still had to go either way because, like I said, I couldn't handle it anymore. And my food stamps was going to run out eventually, you know? Um, So one day when I was sleeping outside, it was like raining very lightly, so I was able to fall asleep faster. I had no blanket, no pillow, no tent, no nothing, just bags of clothes with me with some like little rags, towels, soap, deodorant, little basic stuff that you need for cleaning yourself and making sure that, the hygiene is up. And, was brushing my teeth at a McDonald's. And one of the customers almost caught me, trying to clean myself up at the sink. Because whenever I enter in a restaurant trying to do like a little bird bath, I didn't get completely naked, but I got like my underarms under my chest, my private area as best as I could, and I did that in the stall. When I was doing my private areas, I did that in the stall, and then once I got done, you know how it goes. Um, I just always made sure that no one saw me and no one was like looking at me or trying to ask questions saying, "Hey, do you need help?" Yeah, I didn't speak up and say anything until the last minute until couldn't handle it like mentally. It wasn't even a physical thing, like I just couldn't handle it mentally. And I'm glad that I'd let my mom get involved. So anyway, while it was raining very lightly outside and I fell asleep, I was having a nightmare, and I don't know why. I don't usually have a lot of nightmares unless something is about to go wrong. I usually have nightmares for like maybe like a night or two in a row, and that usually means that something wrong, something bad is going to happen to me. So I only had this nightmare for like a couple of nights. And then when it was happening again for the third night, that's when I woke up out of my sleep and I felt extremely weird and I was getting scared. Like I don't really have the spirit of fear in me unless like something is really wrong. So I didn't know what it was. I didn't look back. I didn't look behind me. I just got up, got my phone, put my earbuds in, and listened to my music and took a short walk up the street and then back down where I was gonna be sleeping at. And almost the whole entire time I was walking up the street, I felt something behind me. And I did not want to look back. I did not know what it is or what was going on. I didn't panic. I stayed calm the whole entire time, and I was trying to look for any like gas stations or some kind of restaurant that was still open, but it was like 4 o'clock in the morning. So of course I wasn't gonna find anything open. Not even cookout was open. So once I got up to those traffic lights in the McDonald's, because McDonald's stayed open 24/7 and their drive-through was still open, so I knew that people was at least going to see me walking up the street, crossing the street, and then coming back down from that direction. Once I got up to that point, that's when I felt safe again. That's when I slowly felt at ease when I was walking back down the street. And then by the time I got back down the street, I was just watching a little short YouTube video and then I went back to sleep. And when I woke up, I never had that feeling again and didn't have any more nightmares until that point. I didn't have any nightmares for almost a whole year. So, yeah, I don't know what that was about, but yeah, I just wanted to share my little story about how that little weird incident happened. Just it was insane.